Yeah, very like a 2-minute, 30-second background. So one of the things that Colin mentioned in his talk was that they don't make all decisions out in public, because you can't even, someone want to do an OTC deal, advertise that to the public, since that has rules and promise. And so most of the recording, I will go through this idea that relates very closely to it, called NDAI, from an academic paper that Matt Stevenson and a bunch of other folks wrote. So the basic idea is that, it was covered earlier, if you have some private information, you want to sell it, but the buyer can't value the information without knowing it, revealing the information to the buyer reduces the value of the information. In the prediction market case, you have the DAO has to make all this, like, the system has to make decisions, but proposing the decision to the community of people, whatever market participants, undermines the value of the proposal in the first place, like your OTC buying. And so the idea of NDAI is most easily understood if you think of like two companies who want to do a merger. Each have private information. The merger only makes sense knowing the other side. You can only evaluate the merger knowing the other side's private information. But of course, if the merger doesn't go through and you reveal the private information, you've given up your like valuable IP, which is the whole business in the first place. So the idea with NDAI is that you encode, each party encodes their private information into an agent. The mechanism we leave aside. And these agents are like put into a TE, which is a sealed box, structured in such a way that there's only one bit of information which leaves. It says deal or no deal. And internally, you'll have these agents negotiate, knowing the private information. And once the one bit of information has been output, the memory of the box is wiped. So there's no risk when there's no deal that the private information is being leaked to the counterparty, or there's very limited leakage that can happen. So this is an interesting theoretical idea. It can also be applied. Oh, we actually see this applied in practice. So in going back to MEV and blockchain markets, we often have this problem where if you look at the first flow here, we have okay, I'll just explain it because yes, also lost in AI science. The basic idea though is that information flows, kind of all the transactions flow for one block builder. I think said for this example, would be one block builder, and as these financial transactions are applied, new arbitrage opportunities appear. But because the transactions haven't been finalized and posted in public, it's not very easy for arbitrageurs to capture this opportunity. So one thing that we've been doing recently is providing a language where they send us many, many different transactions that say under what specific conditions should we try to execute this transaction that captures and potentially captures an arbitrage opportunity. And that, it's been like for a week, very small, and there's not actually interesting data, but that's where this 5K number comes from, $500 in arbitrage. The other idea is to take these unexecuted transactions, which should not be revealed publicly because also adversarial actions can be taken on those, and channel them into, again, a TED box, which restricts what a proprietary algorithm deployed to it can do. We don't know what the algorithm is. Some arbitrageur deploys the algorithm into the box. We send the private data in, and they generate their arbitrage transactions given full information. But because of the way the TE is structured, we know that information can only be used to do arbitrage transactions. And again, not real data, but for life a week is interesting. It's doing it twice as well. I just want to communicate those ideas. I think the NDAI paper is very interesting to read. And this is just proof that it works in practice, at least in some settings.